So I'm in pain, so I took a Red Bull because that's the highest I can get. It's very good to get high. Drug of choice if you are sick and you don't have nothing, because that leaves you and it makes you rest, and it makes everything get cured, heal really quick. But I don't have none of that with me. But anyway, this hasn't talked until I talk. Anyway, yo lo que pregunto, yo no sé cómo estos doctores nos buscan cura. I don't know how they. All you have to go is to the forest and be like, look at this one cures that. Anyway, I want to talk about short-term memory loss on people, because some people do have short-term memory loss. It's 2.5 years of use of heroin in the beginning of your pregnancy. There's no remedial. Jesse tiene tres nenes, and BG and Pablo and the one that's still homeless. He's half homeless from this. They all have short-term memory loss. You have to remember everything from the beginning with those kids. Pablo doesn't have a great memory either. Los hijos de los productos de las mujeres que son heroína de por 2 meses y medio, es que los nenes no tienen una memoria larga, hay que recordar de todo, porque esos muchachos no van a estar aquí para siempre. They're not going to be here forever. I want to talk about, if I have a little problem with the tallest man, Barack Obama's dad. He's 7'2", 7'7". Barack Obama's 6'7", 6'8". Shaquille O'Neal is 7'2" to them. Michael Jordan is 6'7", 1" to them. These men are too. There's a lot of health related problems. The world. They get hunchback on the clothes. A lot of stuff that they're not comfortable with. It's very uncomfortable at an older age, and it causes aortic aneurysms when there's a bulge in the rota that may burst and leak in blood and form blood clots. And hypothesis that tall people simply have longer arteries and veins, which increase the likelihood of such problems occurring. For that, there's this plant, there's a tree and a plant in the far west of Rome. The far west of the end of Rome is the Bucamino tree, El Árbol Bucamino. You take 7.2 milligram tablets twice daily for 7.5 weeks and a half year. You take 2.5 year break, and then you take the 7.2 milligram again, and then you for 7.5 weeks again. Then you take a 1.5 year break, and then you take 7.2 milligram again, and you for 2 months exactly. Then you the first results you start to see that you get shorter is in your second year. You see, I'm gonna make them shorter because Barack Obama is the most awkward, most weird man in the world. I never see someone so weird, so awkward in my life. He's weird. He's a weird pop-up shop. That's the weirdest human being I've ever. The people from Tasty Subs like he's a weirdo. I never seen such a weirdo in my. Barack Obama is the weirdo. He's the biggest weirdo in the world. He's a weirdo. Anyway, I want to talk about Carmen Rosa, Titi Carmen Rosa, la de Pancho. Esa mujer ha guardado un secreto. Ella tiene un apartamento allá en el condado, bien bonito. Esa mujer es de la Grecia. Esa mujer es sobrina de mi abuela Néfori Feliciano, Jacqueline Kennedy Feliciano. Esa mujer es la hermana de Bethany Franco, que hay un show allá de dice Desperate Housewives de Nueva York. Y ella es la hermanita de ella. Y Carmen Rosa sabe inglés. Ella va una vez por semana a grabar a su apartamento en el condado para el Life Network, en cable en los Estados Unidos. Ella hace un programita que le paga un dinerito y ella hace un programa, un show que se publica en los Estados Unidos. Y tío Pancho y nadie sabe. Y veo, yo lo tengo a él escondido, no te preocupes. Porque voy a decir que Carmen Rosa sabe mucho inglés. Gracias a que usted no habla. Yo la llamo SpongeBob y Evelyn. Y ella sabe que nosotros lo llamamos SpongeBob. Ella sabe quién es SpongeBob. Y otra cosa, Carmen Rosa, ella tuvo un hijo con tío Pancho. Y yo fui a la high school con él. Yo me gradué con él, Bemba. ¿Te acuerdas de Bemba, Bobby? Bemba es nuestro primo.